The last makeup tutorial that I did, people seemed to like, but the overarching feedback was, hey bro, we can't see shit because the lighting is so fucking bad. So now that I have this massive window at my disposal and an actual camera that actually works, I thought I would try this again. But since me putting stuff on my face is quite boring, I'm also going to be answering some questions and stuff at the same time. This is my naked face. I'm very lucky to have quite good skin. I rarely get spots, and when I do they last a couple of days and then they go away. The products that I use on my skin mainly are the Rose Argan Body Conditioner from Lush. Rose is a fantastic ingredient for taking out redness. I get really pink here and I hate it. So that gets rid of that but doesn't like dry out my skin massively. And then for on the spot treatment I use Grease Lightning, which is like this little tea tree gel. That's also from Lush. Can you tell that I work there? Don't know if I've mentioned it yet. And my hair, since I get quite a lot of questions about it, is dyed with Directions Flamingo Pink. This time around I actually didn't have enough to cover all of it, so I only did like the bottom bits, and the top I kind of put like, I guess it was like a tangerine kind of colour, but I don't think it really did anything. You can kind of see the orange, like there. I'm pretty sure that and like that is the only bits that actually took to the tangerine. Eliza says, would you date yourself? We're gonna start with eyebrows. Would I date myself? That is a difficult question because I know myself too well, I think. I put up with my own bullshit so much that I'm not sure I could deal with like another version of me. As long as I can break up with myself if it all goes horribly wrong, then I don't really see why not. Yeah, sure, I'll date myself. Michael asks, should I bleach / dye / something my hair while I'm young and can still get away with it? I just threw my phone against my desk. Anyone can do anything with their hair. The fantastic thing about the freedom of your hair is that you can do anything with it. Who cares if everyone around you is like, dude, why did you shave off half and dye the other half bright yellow? Because I fucking could and I wanted to. Honestly, you should do whatever you want with your hair if you feel like it. And if it goes horribly wrong and it looks bad, then it goes horribly wrong and it looks bad. And then you've learned to not do that thing anymore. And that's a fantastic lesson to learn, which you're only going to get by actually doing it. Everyone would have a much better time in life in general if they all just stopped taking themselves so seriously. It's really fun to laugh at yourself. Trust me, I do it every single day. Mandarin Kishleshlebem, I'm sure I pronounced that absolutely flawlessly, says, how was your tattoo experience? So about a month and a half ago, I got my first tattoo. I had a really fantastic experience getting my tattoo. The place I got it was Cold Iron Studios in Norwich. An artist called Ellen Salmon did it for me. She was fantastic. She is an apprentice, but she was so professional and skilled and careful. In terms of pain, it wasn't anywhere near as bad as I thought it would be. It essentially feels like someone is putting a needle into your skin, but it's not at all unbearable. The only bit where it really started to hurt was when it got like into the inside of my arm, but that was only for like 10 minutes and then it was fine. Overall it took about 45, which was cool, and now I get to have like this lovely meaningful piece of artwork on my body forever, so even if it had been like horribly painful, would have been worth it. Everyone is an alien too says, if you could have dinner with anyone in history, who would it be? This is a very interesting question. I'm going to ponder it while I do my eyeliner because I need to be close to the mirror, otherwise it's going to be a disaster. Hey, would you look at that? It was a disaster anyway. Sweet. We did it! If I could have dinner with anyone in history, there are like 3 different people that I would want to choose. Those people being Amy Winehouse, David Bowie, and Frida Kahlo. I'm not sure I have to explain why those people would be the ones I'd want to have dinner with, but just in case I do. Amy Winehouse was a fantastic musician. She was a beautiful person, and I would just love to have a conversation with her and be able to ask her about art and about love, because I think she'd have some really cool things to say. David Bowie, again, I grew up listening to his music, and I think the things that he did for gender, for young people, was absolutely outstanding. Would love to talk to him about that. Frida Kahlo, I mean, she's pretty dope. Lady Camelot says, what's your favourite thing about uni? My favourite thing about uni has just been the absolutely mad experience of it as a whole. I've had some very high highs and some very low lows. It's weird at the moment because I'm still on campus when most people have left. It's only me and one other flatmate in at the moment. In fact, Hannah? Yeah? You're not in frame. Oh, there she is.
Oh,
oh.
there she is. Oh. Showering.
Hi. You look so afraid.
It's 'cause I'm soaking wet and you just come out of the shower.
I didn't catch you at a great time, did I?
No.
If I had to pick one thing about uni that I've enjoyed the most, it would have to be the people that I've met. I didn't really believe when people told me that, like, you meet some of your best friends at uni, but I have met some of my best friends at uni. I think after so many years of being in secondary school and having people be stressed out and angry and manipulative for no other reason than just being a teenager, it's so refreshing to come here and be around adults and be around people who know exactly what they want and know exactly what they're doing. For the most part, there isn't any like drama or gossiping, and it's just, it's really good to be around mature people who have actually like pretty much finished developing into who they're gonna be, so they just like know what their shit is about. Robin says, if you could live in any country in the world and be completely fluent in their language, where would you choose and why? This is very, very difficult, but I think probably Japanese or Japan. Dodoi. Not to be like a massive weeb, but I really enjoy like the sound of Japanese. I think it's a really beautiful language. It's an incredibly difficult language, and that's why if I could just like magically know it, that would be great. Would save me a lot of time and effort. What is your favourite drink in winter? Oh, I have so many. The one that I have been drinking a lot because I've been working a lot and I need a little bit of caffeine to kind of like power me through is a mocha with like 2 shots of hazelnut syrup because, oh my god, it tastes so good. I think coffee is one of those things where like once you actually start enjoying it for what it is, it's one of those subliminal moments of, oh shit, I'm an adult. I remember having that with wine as well. When I really actually started to like drinking wine, I could feel my childhood dying, and I knew at that moment I was a woman. The little songbird says, thoughts on the past year. The past year has just been like so completely mad. I can't really define it in like one word, but it's just been everything. I've had like every single emotion, every single experience I could have hoped for, good and bad. If next year is anything like what this year has been, I have a shit ton to look forward to and also a shit ton to learn. Because, like anyone, I made quite a few mistakes this year. All of them have been learnt from, which is the whole point, so we good. I have never had freckles in my life, but I like the way that they look, and so I add them to my face. I'm a fraud. I'm a fraud. I'm a fraud. I'm a fraud, fraud. Yeah, I'm a fraud. Do you think that's what Zoella sings to herself? Oh shit! It's always really funny when I'm speaking to someone and I can like notice the freckles, and then you can like see their brain try and process what's going on, and only sometimes do they then go, are those real? And then I'm like, nah mate, nah. And yes, I am using a pen. It's water-based, so it comes off with my makeup, but yeah, that is what I use. Yoinks. Sutha Laura says, favourite self-care tips, especially to cope with uni stress. I recently did a video with my friend Luna, who is also at uni with me, and this question about university came up. We agreed that self-care is deeply, deeply complicated and different for every single person. It's also not as easy as just doing whatever you want, because if I were to listen to my brain all the time, I would never leave bed and I would just be watching Netflix permanently, because I am depressed and I'm a lazy person. So sometimes self-care is not doing the thing that you want to do and going for a walk, or reading the things that you're meant to be reading for school, or going and seeing friends, or cooking yourself a nice meal. It's kind of more about what you need. Think about what you need rather than what you want. Of course, sitting and watching Netflix is lovely and you do need that sometimes, but if you've been doing that for 3 days straight, it's not going to make you feel better. So I guess listen to your body more than anything. Listen to your body more than your mind, because your mind will play tricks on you and make you think that you want to binge every TV show ever. Remember that thing that I said about how you can do whatever you want with your hair and it doesn't really matter what anyone else says about it? Yeah, same thing but with makeup. I just draw a bunch of dots and lines on my face and it's really fun. Let's have a final question, shall we? I finished my makeup, but I feel like talking at you some more. So let's talk about tips for someone considering making a monthly YouTube series. Interesting. Forgot to put my earrings in. I'm a real adult, I promise. So this question comes from Maja, lovely Maja, who is from Madrid. Aw, she's so cute. Okay, I'm gonna stop stalking this random person's Instagram and actually answer your question. My advice for anyone who wants to do a monthly series would be to get into a rhythm of filming the things that you care about. Obviously, you need a divide between the things that you want to share and the things that are just for you. But if you notice that there's a nice moment happening that you would like to be able to remember, just take your camera out, and even if you only film 5 seconds, you then have that footage that you can play with or edit in an interesting way later on in the month when it comes to putting it all together. Doing a monthly series was one of the best decisions I ever made, even just in life, not even just for YouTube. And I would highly recommend that everyone even just gives it a go, even if you only do a month or 2. Just being able to practice and looking at your life in an objective way is always just a really cool thing for anyone to experience. I think that's the end of my little get ready with me, not really a makeup tutorial because I wasn't useful whatsoever, Q&A mashup. I hope that you enjoyed. All the products that I used are listed below if you want to check them out and use them yourself. Oh my god, there's a dog running past my window. No, come back. Come back.